Arrangement of sections. Part Preliminary. Section 1 Short title, extent and commencement. Section 2 Definition. Section 3 Subordination of codes. Section 4 Saving. 5 Application of code to revenue codes. 6 Pecuniary jurisdiction. 7 Provincial small causes code. 8 Presidential small causes code. Part 1 Suit in general, jurisdiction of the court and res judicata. 9 Court to try all civil suit unless barred. 10 Stay of suit. 11 Res judicata. 12 Barred to further suit. 13 When foreign judgment non-conclusive. 14 Presumption as to foreign judgments. Place of suing. Section 15 Court in which suit to be instituted. 16 Suit to be instituted where subject matter situate. 17 Suit for removable property situate within jurisdiction of different courts. 18 Place of institution of suit where local limits of jurisdiction of courts are uncertain. 19 Suit for compensation for wrongs to person or immovable. 20 Other suits to be instituted where defendant reside or cause of action arises. 21 Objection to jurisdiction. 21A Bar on a suit to set aside decree on objection as to place of suing. 22 Power to transfer suits which may be instituted in more than one court. 23 To what court application lies. 24 General power of transfer and withdrawal. 25 Power of Supreme Court to transfer suits, etc. Institution of suit. Section 26 Summon and discovery. Section 27 Summons to defendant. 28 Service of summon where defendant resides in another state. 29 Service of foreign summonses. 30 Power to order discovery and belike. 31 Summons to witness. 32 Penalty for default. Judgment and decree. 33 Interest. 34 Cost. 35 Section 35A Compensatory cost in respect of false or vexatious claim or defenses. 35B Cause for causing delay. Part 2 Execution. General. 36 Application to orders. 37 Definition of court which passed a decree. Court by which decree may be executed. Section 38. Section 39 Transfer of decree. 40 Transfer of decree to court in another state. 41 Result of execution proceeding to be certified. 42 Power of court in executing transferred decree. 43 Execution of decrees passed by civil courts in places to which this code does not extend. Section 44 Execution of decrees passed by revenue courts in places to which this code does not extend. Section 44A Execution of decrees passed by court in reciprocating territory. 45 Execution of decree outside India. 46 Precepts. Question to be determined by court executing decree. Section 47 Transfer and legal representatives. Section 49 Transferee. Section 50 Legal representative. Procedure in execution. 51 Power of court to enforce execution. 52. Enforcement of decree against legal representative. 53. Liability of ancestral property. 54. Partition of estate or separation of share. Arrest and detention. 55. Arrest and detention. 56. Prohibition of arrest or detention of women in execution of decree or money. Section 57. Subsistence allowance. 58. Detention and release. 59. Release on ground of illness. Attachment. 60. Property liable to attachment and sale in execution of decree. 61. Partial exemption of agriculture produce. 62. Seizure of property in dwelling house. 63. Property attached in execution of decree of several courts. 64. Private alienation of property after attachment to be void. Sale. 65. Purchaser's title. 67. Power for state government to make rules as to sale of land in execution of decree for payment of money. Distribution of assets. Section 73. Proceeds in execution sale to be ratably distributed among decree holders. A resistant to execution. Section 74. Part 3rd. Incidental proceedings. Commissions. 75. Power of court to issue commission. 76. Commission to another court. 77. Letter of request. 78. Commissions issued by foreign courts. Part 4. Suit in particular cases. Suits by or against government or public officer in their official capacity. 79. Suit by or against government. 80. Notice. 81. Exemption from arrest and personal appearance. 82. Execution of decree. Sued by aliens and by or against foreign rulers, ambassadors, and envoys. 83. When aliens may sue. When aliens may sue. 84. When foreign state may sue. 85. Persons specially appointed by government to prosecute or defend on behalf of foreign rulers. 86. Suit against foreign rulers, ambassadors, envoys. 87. Style of foreign rulers as parties to the suit. 87A. Definition of foreign state and ruler. Suit against rulers of former Indian state. 87B. Application of Section 85 and 86 to ruler of former Indian state. 88. Where interpreter may be institute suit. Part 5. Special proceedings. Arbitration. 89. Section Settlement of dispute outside the court. Special case. Section 90. Power to state case for opinion of court. Public nuisances and another wrongful act affecting the public. 91. Public nuisances and other wrongful act affecting the public. 92. Public charities. 93. Exercise of power of Advocate General outside presidency towns. Part 6 Supplemental Proceedings. Section 94 Supplemental Proceedings. 95 Compensation for obtaining arrest, attachment, or injunction on insufficient ground. Part 7 Appeals. Appeals from original decrees. Section 96 Appeal from original decree. 97 Appeal from final decree where no appeal from preliminary decree. 98 Decision where appeal heard by two or more judges. 99 No decree to be reversed or modified for error or irregularity not affecting merits or jurisdiction. 99A No order under Section 47 to be reversed or modified unless decision of case is prejudicially affected. Appeals from appellate decrees. Section 100 Second appeal. 100A No further appeal in certain cases. 101 Second appeal on no other ground. 102 No second appeal in certain cases. 103 Power of High Court to determine issues of fact. Appeal from decrees. Section 104 Order from which appeal lies. 105 Other orders. 106 What court to heard appeals. General provisions relating to appeal. Section 107 Power of Appellate Court. Section 108 Procedure in appeals from appellate decree and orders. Appeal to Supreme Court. 109 When appeal lie to Supreme Court. 112 Savings. Part 8 Reference Review Revision. 113 Reference to High Court. 114 Review. 115 Revision. Part 9 Special provision relating to the High Court not being the court of a judicial commissioner. Section 116 Part to apply only to certain high courts. 117 Application of court to the High Court. 118 Execution of decree before ascertainment of cost. 119 Unauthorized person not to address court. 120 Provisions not applicable to High Court in original civil jurisdictions. Part 10 Rules. 121 Effect of rules in first schedule. 122 Power of certain High Court to make rules. 123 Constitution of Rules Committee in certain state. 124 Committee to report to High Court. 125 Power of other High Court to make rules. 126 Rules to be subject to approval. 127 Publication of rules. 128 Matters for which rules may provide. 129 Power of High Court to make rule as to their original civil procedure. 130 Power of other High Court to make rules as to matters other than procedure. 131 Publication of rules. Part 11 Miscellaneous. 132 Exemption of certain women from personal appearance. 133 Exemption of other persons. 134 Arrest other than in execution of decree. 135 Exemption from arrest under civil process. 135A The exemption of member of legislative bodies from arrest and detention under civil process. 136 Procedure where person to be arrested or property to be attached in outside district. 137 Language of subordinate courts. 138 Power of High Court to require evidence to be recorded in English. 139 Oath on affidavit by whom to be administered. 140 Accessory in causes of salvage, etc. 141 Miscellaneous proceedings. 142 Order and notices to be writing. 143 Postage. 144 Application for restitution. 145 Enforcement of liability of sureties. 146 The proceedings by or against representatives. 147 Consent or agreement by person under disability. 148 Enlargement of time. 148A Right to lodge a caveat. 149 Power to make up deficiency of court fees. 150 Transfer of business. 151 Saving of inherent power of court. 152 Amendment of judgment, decree or order. 153 General power to amend. 153A Power to amend decree or order where appeal is summarily dismissed. 153B Place of trial to be deemed to be open court. 157 Continuance of order under repealed enactments. 158 Reference of CPC and other repealable enactments. First schedule. Order 1 Parties to the suit. Read with section 26. Number 1 Rule 1 Who may be joined as a plaintiff. 2 Power of court to order separate trial. 3 Who may be joined as defendants. 3A Power to order separate trial where jointer of defendant may embarrass or delay trial. 4 Court may give judgment for or against one or more of joint parties. 5 Defendant need not be interested in all the relief claimed. 6 Joinder of parties liable on same contract. 7 Plaintiff when plaintiff in doubt from whom redress is to be sought. 8 One person may sue or defend on behalf of all in same interests. 8A Power of court to permit a person or a body of a persons to present opinion or to take part in the proceedings. 9 Misjoinder and non-joinder. 10 Suit in the name of wrong plaintiff. Court may strike out or add parties where defendant added plain to be amended. 10A Power of court to request any pleader to address it. 11 Conduct of suit. 12 Appearance of one of several plaintiff or defendant for others. 13 Objection as to non-joinder or misjoinder. Order second Frame of suit. Read with section 26. Rule number 1 Frame of suit. 2 Suit to include the whole claim. Relinquishment of part of claim. Omission to sue for one of several relief. 3 Joinder of causes of actions. 4 Only certain claim to be joined for recovery of immovable property. 5 Claims by or against executor, administrator, or heir. 6. Power of court to order separate trials. 7. Objection as to misjoinder. Order 3. Recognize agent and pleaders. Rule 1. Appearance etc. may be in person by recognized agent or by pleader. 2. Recognized agent. 3. Service of process on recognized agent. 4. Appointment of pleader. 5. Service of process on pleader. 6. Agent to accept service. Appointment to be in writing and to be filed in the court. Rule 4. Order 4. Institution of suit. Rule 1. Suit to be commenced by plaintiff. Second, register of the suit. Read with section 26. Order 5. Issue and service of summons. Issue of summons. Rule 1. Summons. Rule 2. Copy of plaintiff annexed to summons. 3. Court may order defendant or plaintiff to appear in person. 4. No party to be ordered to appear in person unless resident within certain limits. 5. Summoned to be either to settle issue or for final disposal. 6. Fixing day for appearance of defendant. 7. Summons to order defendant to produce documents relied on by him. 8. On issue of summons for final disposal, defendant to be directed to produce his witnesses. Service of summon. Rule 9. Delivery of summon by court. 9. Summons given to the plaintiff for service. 10. Mode of service. 11. Service on several defendant. 12. Service to be on defendant in person when practicable or on his agent. 13. Service on agent by whom defendant carries on business. 14. Service on agent in charge in suit for immovable property. 15. Where service may be on an adult member of dependent's family. 16. Person served to be to sign acknowledgement. 17. Procedure when dependent refuses to accept service or cannot be found. 18. Endorsement of time and manner of service. 19. Examination of serving officer. 20. Substituted service. Effect of substituted service, where service substituted time for appearance to be fixed. Rule 21. Service of someone where dependent reside within jurisdiction of another court. Rule 22. Service within presidency terms of summons issued by courts outside. 23. Duty of court to which summons is sent. Order 5. Rule 24. Service on dependent in prison. 25. Service where dependent resides out of India and has no agent. 26. Service in foreign territory through political agent or court. 26 says summonses to be sent to officer to foreign countries. 27. Service on civil public officer or on servant of railway company or local authority. 28. Service on soldier, sailor or airman. 29. Duty of person to whom summons is delivered or sent for service. 30. Substitution of letter for summons. Order 6. pleadings generally. Rule 1 pleading. Rule 2 pleading to state material fact not evidence. 3 forms of pleading. 4 particular to be given where necessary. 6 condition precedent. 7 departure. 8 denial of contract. 9 effect of document to be stated. 10 malice, knowledge, etc. 11 notice. 12 implied contract or relation. 13 presumption of law. 14 pleading to be signed. 14a address for service of notice. 15 verification of pleading. 16 striking out pleadings. 17 amendment of pleadings. 18 failure to amend after order. Order 7 plaint. Number 1 rule 1 plaint to be contained. Particulars to be contained in the plaint. 2 in money suits. 3 where subject matter of the suit is immoral property. 4 where plaintiff sues as representative. 5 defendant's interest and liability to be shown. 6 grounds of exemption from limitation law. 7 relief to be specifically stated. 8 relief founded on separate ground. 9 procedure on admitting plaint. 10 return of plaint. Procedure on returning of plaint. 10a power of court to fix a date of appearance in the court where plaint is to be filed after its return. 10b power of appellate court to transfer suit to proper court. 11 rejection of plaint. 12 procedure on rejection of plaint. 12 procedure on rejection of plaint. 13 when rejection of plaint does not preclude presentation of fresh plaint. Documents relied on in plaint. 14 production of document on which plaintiff sues or relies. 16 suits on lost negotiable instruments. 17 production of shop book, original entry to be marked and returned. Order 8 written statement, set off and counterclaim. Rule 1 written statement. 1a duty of defendant to produce documents upon which relief is claimed or relied upon by him. 2 new fact must be specially pleaded. 3 denial to specific. 4 evasive denial. 5 specific denial. 6 particulars of set off to be given in written statement. Effect of set off. 6a counterclaim by defendant. 6b counterclaim by to be stated. 6a exclusion of counterclaim. 6d effect of discontinuance of suit. 6e if default of plaintiff to reply to counterclaim. 6f relief to defendant where counterclaim succeeds. 6g rules relating to written statement to apply. 7 defense or setup founded upon separate ground. 8 new ground of defense. 9 subsequent pleadings. 10 procedure when party fails to present written statement called for by court. Order 9 appearance of parties and consequence of non-appearance. Rule 1 parties to appear on day fixed in summons for defendant to appear and answer. Rule 2 Dismissal of suit where summons not served in consequence of plaintiff's failure to pay costs. 3. Where neither party appears suit to be dismissed. 4. Plaintiff may bring fresh suit or court may restore suit to file. 5. Dismissal of suit where plaintiff after summons returned unserved fails for 7 days to apply for fresh summons. 6. Procedure when only plaintiff appears. When summon duly served, when summon not duly served, when summon served but not in due time. Rule 7. Procedure where defendant appears on day of adjourned hearing and assign good cause for previous non-appearance. 8. Procedure where defendant only appears. 9. Decree against plaintiff by default bars fresh suit. 10. Procedure in case of non-attendance of one or more several plaintiffs. 11. Procedure in case of non-attendance of one or more several defendants. 12. Consequence of non-attendance without sufficient cause shown of party ordered to appear in person. Setting aside decree ex parte. 13. Rule 13. Setting aside decree ex parte against defendant. 14. No decree to be set aside without notice to opposite party. Order 10. Examination of parties by the court. Now, Rule 1. Ascertainment whether allegation in pleading are admitted or denied. 1a. Direction of court to opt for any one mode of alternative dispute resolution. 1b. Appearance before the conciliary forum or authority. 1c. Appearance before the court consequent to failure of effort of conciliation. 2. Oral examination of party or companion of party. 3. Substance of examination to be written. 4. Consequence of refusal or inability of pleader to answer. Order 11. Discovery and inspection. Rule 1. Discovery by interrogatories. 2. Particular interrogatories to be submitted. 3. Costs of interrogatories. 4. Form of interrogatories. 5. Corporations. 6. Objection to interrogatories by answers. 7. Setting aside and striking out interrogatories. 8. Affidavit in answer filing. 9. Form of affidavit in answer. 10. No exception to be taken. 11. Order to answer or answer further. 12. Application for discovery of document. 13. Affidavit of document. 14. Production of document. 15. Inspection of document referred to in pleading or affidavits. 16. Notice to produce. 17. Time for inspection when notice given. 18. Order for inspection. 19. Verified copies. 20. Premature discovery. 21. Non-compliance with order for discovery. 22. Using answers to interrogatories at trial. 23. Order to apply to minors. Order 12. Admissions. Rule 1. Notice of admission of case. Rule 2. Notice to admit document. 2a. Document to be deemed to be admitted if not denied after service of notice to admit document. 3. Form of notice. 3a. Power of court to record admission. 4. Notice to admit acts. 5. Form of admissions. 6. Judgment on admission. 7. Affidavit of signature. 8. Notice to produce document. 9. Cost. Order 13. Production, impounding and return of documents. Rule 1. Original document to be produced at or before the settlement of issues. Rule 3. Rejection of irrelevant or inadmissible documents. 4. Endorsement on document admitted in evidence. 5. Endorsement on copies of admitted entries in books, accounts and records. 6. Endorsement on document rejected as inadmissible in evidence. 7. Recording of admitted and return of rejected document. 8. Court may order any document to be impounded. 9. Return of admitted document. 10. Court may send for papers for its own record or for other courts. 11. Provision as to document applied to material objects. Order 14. Settlement of issues and determination of suit on issues of law or on issues agreed upon. Rule 1. Framing of issues. Rule 2. Court to pronounce judgment on all issues. Rule 3. Material from which issues may be framed. 4. Court may examine witness or document before framing issues. 5. Power to amend and strike out issues. 6. Question of fact or law may be agreement be stated in form of issues. 7. Court, if satisfied that agreement was executed in good faith, may pronounce judgment. Order 15. Disposal of suit at first hearing. Rule 1. Parties not at issue. Rule 2. One of several dependent not at issue. Parties 3. Rule 3. Parties at issue. 4. Rule 4. Failure to produce evidence. Order 16. Summoning and attendance of witnesses. Rule 1. List of witnesses and summonses to witnesses. 1a. Production of witnesses without summons. 2. Expenses of witnesses to be paid into court on applying for summons. Experts. Scale of expenses. Expenses to be directly paid to witnesses. Rule 3. Tender of expenses to witness. Rule 4. Procedure where insufficient sum paid in expenses of witnesses detained more than 1 day. Rule 5. Time, place and purpose of attendance to be specified in summons. 6. Summons to produce document. 7. Power to require person present in court to give evidence or produce document. 7a. Summons given to party for service. Rule 8. Summons how served. Rule 9. Time for serving summons. 10. Procedure where witness fails to comply with summons. 11. If witness appears, attachment may be withdrawn. 12. Procedure if witness fails to appear. 13. Mode of attachment. 14. Court may, of its own accord, summon as witnesses stranger to a suit. 15. Duty of persons summoned to give evidence or produce document. 16. When they may depart. 17. Application of rules 10 to 13. 18. Procedure where witness apprehended cannot give witness or produce document. 19. No witness to be ordered to attend in person unless resident within certain limits. 20. Consequence of refusal of party to give evidence when called on by party. 21. Rules as to witnesses to apply to parties summoned. Order 16.8. Attendance of witness confined or detained in prison. Rule 1. Definitions. Rule 2. Power to require attendance of prisoners to give evidence. 3. Expenses to be paid into court. 4. Power of state government to exclude certain person from the operation of Rule 2. 5. Officer in charge of prison to abstain from carrying out order in certain cases. 6. Prisoner to be brought to court in custody. 7. Power to issue commission for examination of witness in prison. Order 17. Adjournment. Rule 1. Court may grant time and adjourn hearing. Cost of adjournment. 2. Procedure if parties fail to appear on day fixed. Rule 3. Court may proceed notwithstanding either party fails to produce evidence, etc. Order 18. Hearing of suit and examination of witnesses. Rule 1. Right to begin. Rule 2. Statement and production of evidence. 3. Evidence where several issues. 3a. Party to appear before other witnesses. 4. Recording of evidence. 5. How evidence shall be taken in appealable case. 6. When deposition to be interpreted. 7. Evidence under section 138. 8. Memorandum when evidence not taken down by judge. 9. When evidence may be taken in English. 10. Any particular question and answer may be taken down. 11. Question objected to and allowed by court. 12. Remarks on demeanor of witnesses. 13. Memorandum of evidence in unappealable cases. 15. Power to deal with evidence taken before another judge. 16. Power to examine witness immediately. 17. Court may recall and examine witness. 18. Power of court to inspect. 19. Power to get statement recorded on commission. Order 19. Affidavit. Rule 1. Power to order any point to be proved by affidavit. 2. Power to order attendance of deponent for cross-examination. 3. Matters to which affidavit shall be confined. Order 20. Judgment and decree. Rule 1. Judgment when pronounced. Power to pronounce judgment written by judge's predecessor. 3. Judgment to be signed. 4. Judgment of small cause court. Judgment of other courts. 5. Court to state its decision on each issue. 5a. Court to inform party as to where an appeal lies in case where parties are not represented by pleader. 6. Content of decree. 6a. Preparation of decree. 6b. Copies of judgment when to be made available. 7. Date of decree. 8. Procedure where judge has vacated office before signing the decree. 9. Decree for recovery of immovable property. 10. Decree for delivery of movable property. 11. Decree made direct payment by installment. Order after decree for payment by installment. 12. Decree for possession and mean profits. 12a. Decree for specific performance of contract for the sale or lease of immovable property. 13. Decree in administrative suit. 14. Decree in preemption suit. 15. Decree in suit for dissolution of partnership. 16. Decree in suit for account between principal and agent. Rule 17. Special direction as to accounts. 18. Decree in suit for partition of property or separate possession of share therein. 19. Decree when set up or counterclaim is allowed. Appeal from decree relating to set up or counterclaim. 20. Certified copies of judgment and decree to be furnished. Order 20A. Costs. Provision Rule 1. Provisions relating to certain items. Rule 2. Costs to be awarded in accordance with rules made by High Court. Read with 35, 35A, 35B. Order 21. Execution of decrees and orders. Payment under decree. Rule 1. Mode of paying money under decree. Rule 2. Payment out of court to decree holder. Rule 3. Land situated in more than one jurisdiction. Rule 4. Transfer to court of small causes. Rule 5. Mode of transfer. Rule 6. Procedure where court desires that its own decree shall be executed by another court. 7. Court receiving copies of decree etc. to file same without proof. 8. Execution of decree or order by court to which it is sent. 9. Execution by High Court of decree transferred by another court. Application for execution. Rule 10. Application for execution. 11. Oral application, written application. 11A. Application for arrest to state grounds. 12. Application for attachment of movable property not in judgment debtor's possession. 13. Application for attachment of immovable property to contain certain particulars. 14. Power to require certified extract from collector's register in certain cases. 15. Application for execution by joint decree holder. 16. Application for execution by transfer of decree. 17. Procedure on receiving application for execution of decree. 18. Execution in case of cross decree. 19. Execution in case of cross claim under the same decree. 20. Cross decree and cross claim in mortgage suit. 21. Simultaneous execution. 22. Notice to show cause against execution in certain cases. 22A. A sale not to be set aside on death of judgment debtor before the sale but after service of proclamation of sale. 23. Procedure after issue of notice. Process for execution. 24. Process for execution. 25. Endorsement on process. Stay of execution. Rule 26. When court may stay execution, power to require security from or impose condition upon judgment debtor. Rule 27. Liability of judgment debtor discharge. Rule 28. Order of court which pass decree or of appellate court to be binding upon court applied to. 29. Stay of execution pending suit between decree holder and judgment debtors. Mode of execution. Rule 30. Decree for payment of money. 31. Decree for specific movable property. 32. Decree for specific performance for restitution of conjugal right or for an injunction. 33. Discretion of court in execution decree for restitution of conjugal right. 34. Decree for execution of document or endorsement of negotiable instrument. 35. Decree for immovable property. 36. Decree for delivery of immovable property when it in occupancy of tenant. 37. Discretionary power to permit judgment debtor to show cause against detention in prison. 38. Warrant for arrest to direct judgment debtor to be brought up. 39. Subsistence allowance. 40. Proceedings on appearance of judgment debtor in obedience to notice or after arrest. Attachment of property. Rule 41. Examination of judgment debtor as to his property. 42. Attachment in case of decree for rent or mean profit or other matter, amount of which to be subsequently determined. 43. Attachment of movable property other than agriculture produce in possession of judgment debtor. 43A. Custody of movable property. 44. Attachment of agriculture produce. 45. Provision as to agriculture produce under attachment. 46. Attachment of debt share. Now the property not in possession of judgment debtor. 46A. Notice to garnishee. 46B. Order against garnishee. 46C. Trial of disputed questions. 46D. Procedure where debts belongs to third person. 46E. Order as regards third person. 46F. Payment by garnishee to be valid discharge. 46G. Cost. 46H. Appeal. 46I. Application to negotiable instrument. 47. Attachment of share in movables. 48. Attachment of salary or allowance of servant of the government or railway company or local authority. 48. Attachment of salary or allowance of private employees. 49. Attachment of partnership property. 50. Execution of decree against firm. 51. Attachment of negotiable instrument. 2. Attachment of property in custody of court or public officer. 53. Attachment of decrees. 54. Attachment of immovable property. 55. Removal of attachment after satisfaction of decree. 56. Order for payment of coin or currency note to party entitled under decree. 57. Determination of attachment. Adjudication of claim and objections. 58. Adjudication of claim to or objection to attachment of property. 59. Stay of sale. Sale generally. Rule 64. Power to order property attached to be sold and proceed to be paid to person entitled. 65. Sales by whom conducted and how made. 66. Proclamation of sale by public auction. 67. Mode of making proclamation. 68. Time of sale. 69. Adjournment or stoppage of sale. 71. Defaulting purchaser answerable for loss on resale. 72. Decree holder not to bid for or buy property without permission. Where decree holder purchases, amount of decree may be taken as payment. 72A. Mortgagee not to bid at sale without the leave of the court. 73. Restriction on bidding or purchase by officers. Sale of movable property. Rule 74. Sale of agriculture produce. 75. Special provision relating to growing crops. 76. Negotiable instrument and share in corporation. 77. Sale by public auction. 78. Irregularity, not vitiated sale, but any person injured may sue. 79. Delivery of movable property, debts and share. 80. Transfer of negotiable instrument and share. 81. Vesting order in case of other property. Sale of immovable property. 82. When what court may order sale. 83. Postponement of sale to enable judgment debtor to raise amount of decree. 84. Deposit by purchaser and resale on default. 85. Time for payment in full of purchase money. 86. Procedure in default of payment. 87. Notification on resale. 88. Bid of co-share to have preference. 89. Application to set aside sale on deposit. 90. Application to set aside sale on ground of irregularity or fraud. 91. Application by purchaser to set aside sale on ground of judgment debtor having no saleable interest. 92. Sale when to become absolute or be set aside. 93. Return of purchaser money in certain cases. 94. Certificate of purchaser. 95. Delivery of property in occupancy of judgment debtor. 96. Rule 96. Order 21. Delivery of property in occupancy of tenant. Registrants to be to delivery of possession to decree holder or purchaser. 97. Resistance or obstruction to possession of immovable property. 98. Orders after adjudication. 99. Dispossession by decree holder or purchaser. Rule 100. Order to be passed upon application complaining of dispossession. 101. Question to be determined. 102. Rules not applicable to transfer pendant light. 103. Order to be treated as decrees. 104. Orders under Rule 101 or 103 subject to result of pending suit. 105. Hearing of application. 106. Setting aside order, past, ex parte, etc. Order 22. Death, marriage, and insolvency of parties. Rule 1. No abatement by parties' death if right to sue survives. 2. Procedure where one of several plaintiff or defendant dies and right to sue survives. Rule 3. Procedure in case of death of one of several plaintiff or sole plaintiff. 4. Procedure in case of death of one of several dependent or sole dependent. 4A. Procedure where there is no legal representative. 5. Determination of question as to legal representative. 6. No abatement by reason of death after hearing. 7. Suit not abated by marriage of female party. 8. When plaintiff's insolvency bars suit procedure where assignee fails to continue suit or give security. 9. Effect of abatement or dismissal. 10. Procedure in case of assignment before final order in suit. 10A. Duty of pleader to communicate to court death of a party. 11. Application of order to appeals. 12. Application order of order to proceedings. Order 23, withdrawal and adjustment of suits. Rule 1, withdrawal of suit or abandonment of part of claim. 1a, when transposition of defendant as plaintiff may be permitted. 2, limitation law not affected by first suit. 3, compromise of suit. 3a, bar to suit. 3b, no agreement or compromise to be entered in representative suit without leave of the court. 4, proceedings in execution of decrees not affected.